So I'm going to tell you today about a free website called Quizlet. It's also an app that can be downloaded to a smartphone or a tablet. And you see here on the screen the opportunity to go to the various app stores and download it to a phone. To create your account, you go to Quizlet.com and you should see a screen such as this one. You would click on Sign Up and give it the various information they're asking for, and then go ahead and click on Sign Up. I've already made an account, so I'm going to just log myself in to share with you my experience with Quizlet. So I am going to log in. Quizlet is a great source for practicing and studying vocabulary and concepts. You can use it at the front end of a lesson when students don't have any experience yet, or you can use it as a review when you're getting ready for quizzes and test time. It's a great way to reinforce concepts that hopefully they already know. You can use it without students ever logging in. You can give them a link to something that you've already made, and they can go straight to the link that you give them, and they would have the opportunity to practice. So here's one that I made on pronouns. I shared it with my students and they had the opportunity to practice with it. You can have them practice with flashcards. One of the more popular methods is the matching, where it's kind of like matching when you play with the playing cards. They have a term and they have a definition, and they have to click on both to make them disappear. There's also a spelling option here. You probably want to make sure your students have headphones or earbuds on, though, because the computer will be speaking to them, so it gets kind of noisy. And then the more challenging one, which my students tend to struggle with, is gravity, where it's going to give them a term and then they have to type in the definition, and it's kind of quick, and if their explanation or their definition is not spot on to what the computer or the website's expecting, then they get it wrong. The most fun is what they have here, the live option, which is where you end up playing a game. You would click on this after you've given your students an opportunity to practice, perhaps, and the game looks something like this, where you say create the game. You can have the free version where it's going to give them the definition, and then they have to pick an example, or it can flip it around and give them the term and they have to find the definition. I did opt to pay a small fee, so I have the teacher option available to me. It tends to be a little more challenging, which is sometimes good. So I would click on create game. I would say let's play, and students would enter this in and you'd begin the game. And it has music, of course, too. But I think we will skip this for now. Okay, so creating sets. You can make them all up on your own. If you have something specific in mind, you would put the topic here. You could insert diagrams and make people label them. Down below, you can enter terms, and it will often give you suggested definitions, and you would type those in, and you'd go on, so on and so forth, and keep adding more terms and more terms, and when you're finished, you would click create, and you would have your own study set. Another easy, quick option is to click on search, and you can look for a topic, maybe theme, since I'm an English teacher. And here are pre-made study sets that other teachers have made, and you can glance through them. You get a bird's eye view of what they look like, and perhaps you want to pick one and you can go ahead and work with something like this, and you can customize it, meaning you can go down and change the things that are in it. You can share it with people. You can add it to a set, to a class or a folder. And what this means is this is where you can create classes for your students to be signing in, and then they would have more opportunities to work with your set, such as testing and other options. So this concludes my brief explanation of Quizlet. It is very intuitive and it is very user-friendly, and I highly recommend it.